The large alien ship appeared suddenly on Earth's sensors. It was bigger than anything humans had ever built. Captain Jun Lee stood straight in his Blue Earth Defense Force uniform as the view screen showed the strange vessel. "They could have attacked without warning," said Lieutenant Yuna at the radar station. "But they stopped at the edge of our solar system." Captain Lee nodded. "That's why we're going to meet them with words, not weapons." Earth's leaders had chosen Captain Lee to lead the first meeting with aliens. His ship, the Peacemaker *, was small but fast. It carried no weapons that the aliens could see. The alien ship sent a message in perfect English. "We are the Galactic Council. We come to welcome you to the stars." When the Peacemaker * docked with the alien ship, Captain Lee led his 5-person team through the airlock. The aliens waited in a large, bright room. They stood on 4 legs, had blue skin, and their eyes moved separately like a chameleon's. "I am Krell," said the tallest alien. "I speak for the Galactic Council of 27 spacefaring species." Captain Lee bowed slightly. "I am Captain Jun Lee of Earth. We are honored to meet you." Krell seemed pleased by Lee's politeness. The meeting lasted 3 hours. The aliens asked many questions about Earth, human technology, and how humans solved conflicts. Later, on the trip back to Earth, General Hyun Kim played back the recording of the meeting. Something wasn't right. "Did you notice?" she asked Captain Lee. "Every time you mentioned peace or working together, they seemed disappointed." Lee nodded. "They kept asking about our weapons. When I said we hoped for friendship, not war, that Krell made a strange noise." "I think they were laughing at us," said General Kim, her face serious. "In their message to Earth's leaders, they called us a protected species, like we're weak animals that need their help." Captain Lee frowned. "That's not respect. That's pity." General Kim pulled up images of the alien ship. Hidden weapon systems were all over it. "They came ready for war while talking about peace. I think they value strength, not diplomacy. And they think we're weak because we didn't threaten them," said Lee. "Exactly," said General Kim. "The Council thinks humans are afraid of war." Captain Lee looked out at the stars. "That's a dangerous mistake." Back on the alien ship, Krell sent a message to the Council. "Humans, not aggressive, diplomatic, fearful of conflict. Recommendation: protected species status. They pose no threat to Council interests." The Council had no idea what humans were truly capable of. 5 years had passed since first contact. Humans now had a small place in galactic affairs, but it wasn't what they had hoped for. Subin Park sat stiffly in her chair at the big round table. As Earth's main diplomat to the Galactic Council, she was used to being ignored. Today was no different. "The human colony on Ta City cannot expand beyond the current zone," said Krell, who now led the Council. "It is for their own safety." "Our colonists have followed all rules," said Subin. "They need more land to grow food." A large green alien named Vor made a rumbling sound. "Humans should be grateful for our protection. Your species is too peaceful for the dangers of space." Subin tried to hide her anger. Every time humans wanted to do something, the Council said no. Human ships could only travel on certain paths. Human colonies were kept small, and the Council never listened to human ideas. After the meeting, Subin called Earth on a secure line. General Hyun Kim's face appeared on the screen. "They treat us like children," said Subin, "or like pets." General Kim nodded. "It fits with what our researchers found." Historians Taeho and Jae-yun have been studying Council records. The screen split to show 2 people in a room full of old books and glowing screens. "The top species in the Council all got there the same way," said Taeho. "Through war. They conquered other worlds." Jae-yun pointed to some images. "Look at the wracks. They destroyed 3 peaceful species before joining the Council. That made them respected." "The Council doesn't value peace," said General Kim. "They see it as weakness. Our politeness at first contact made them think we're scared to fight. Subin thought about this. So they're not protecting us. They're controlling us. Yes, said General Kim. And there's more. Show her, Taiho. Taiho pressed some buttons. A map appeared showing human space surrounded by Vrax territory. The Vrax have been moving closer to our research station near Proxima Centauri. They want that system. The Council won't stop them, said Subin. No, they won't, agreed General Kim. So we need to be ready. Subin looked troubled. But if we start building weapons, the Council will know. General Kim smiled slightly. Not if we're careful. We've been working on something. Operation Sleeping Giant. As Subin listened to the plan, her eyes grew wide. Humans had been seen as weak for too long. That was about to change. On the other side of the galaxy, a Vrax battle fleet moved quietly toward Proxima Centauri. They expected to find helpless humans. They were very wrong. The alarms at Proxima Research Station screamed as the first Vrax ships appeared. Commander Do-hyun Kang ran to the control room, his heart racing. How many ships? He asked the young officer at the scanner. 5, sir. Big ones. They're not answering our calls. Do-hyun knew what this meant. The Vrax had finally come. He pushed a red button on the wall. All personnel, this is not a drill. Get to the escape pods now. The research station wasn't built for fighting. It studied the nearby planet's plants and animals. 65 scientists and workers rushed to the escape pods as the first Vrax shots hit the station. Engines at full power, Do-hyun ordered as he took the main controls of the last escape ship. With a hard push, they broke away from the dying station. But they weren't fast enough. 2 Vrax fighters chased them, shooting at the slower human ships. 3 escape pods exploded. Do-hyun watched in horror as 12 good people died. Send the message to Earth, he told his communications officer. Tell them everything. 1 week later, Subin Park stood angrily before the Galactic Council. The Vrax attacked our peaceful station without warning, she said. They killed 12 innocent researchers. We demand justice. Kral looked bored. The Proxima system is near Vrax space. They consider it their territory. We were there first. Subin said. We filed all the correct papers with the Council. Vor, the big green alien, laughed. Papers don't matter in territorial disputes. This is normal in space. Subin couldn't believe what she was hearing. So you will do nothing. We have issued a formal complaint to the Vrax, said Kral. And we suggest humans move their research to a safer location. This is for your protection. As Subin left the council chamber, she knew Earth was on its own. Back on Earth, military strategist Yunho Choi met with General Kim and Admiral Jun Lee in a secure underground room. Operation Sleeping Giant is halfway done, said Yunho, showing them plans for hidden defense systems. But we need more time. The Vrax think we're weak, said Admiral Lee, but they haven't attacked our main colony yet. They're testing us. General Kim nodded. The Council has shown its true face. They won't help us. Then we help ourselves, said Yunho. She pointed to designs for new weapons that looked like normal space equipment. We build these on every human world. In secret. Admiral Lee studied the plans. How long until they're ready? 3 years, said Yunho, if we work fast. Make it 2, ordered General Kim. The Vrax won't wait forever. And next time, we'll be ready for them. Minho Park loved old things. As a researcher allowed to visit the Galactic Council's main library, he spent his days looking through ancient records that no one else cared about. Today, he found something important. This can't be right, he whispered to himself. The dusty record in his hands told about a species called the Loran. They had been peaceful, smart, and good at growing food on harsh planets. But they were gone now. All of them. Minho dug deeper. He found records of 6 other peaceful species that had disappeared. In each case, they had been protected by the Council before they vanished. With shaking hands, Min Ho copied the records and hid them in his bag. He needed to show this to someone he trusted. Admiral Jun Lee, once a captain but now leader of Earth's space forces, looked at the records in his private office. "Are you sure about this, Min Ho?" "Yes, sir. The Council has done this before. They call a species protected, keep them weak, then let aggressive species take their worlds." Admiral Lee nodded slowly. "This matches what we've seen. The Council doesn't value peace. It values strength and conquests." He pressed a button on his desk. A hidden door opened in the wall, showing a room full of strange technology. "This is what we've been working on." Min Ho's eyes went wide. "These look like weapons." "They are, but not like anything the Council has seen before." Admiral Lee picked up what looked like a small silver ball. "This can disable a ship's engines without hurting the crew." He showed Min Ho more devices. Some blocked enemy sensors. Others could protect human ships from attacks. All were hidden inside normal-looking equipment. "Our science ships are really warships in disguise," said Admiral Lee. "Every human colony has hidden defenses. The Council doesn't know." Min Ho looked worried. "What if the Council finds out?" "That's why your discovery is so important. We now know what happens to peaceful species who trust the Council." Admiral Lee's face was serious. "I need you to keep searching those records. Find anything that can help us." "What about the Vraks? They're still close to our colonies." Admiral Lee smiled slightly. "Let them come. We're almost ready." As Min Ho left, Admiral Lee sent a coded message to all human worlds. Phase 2 complete. Begin Phase 3. Across human space, secret factories built more weapons. Training centers taught civilians how to fight, all hidden from the Council's watching eyes. The humans were preparing for war while talking about peace, just like the Council had always done. 3 years had passed since the attack on Proxima Station. Jin Woo-yoon, Earth's new representative to the Galactic Council, sat quietly as Vrak's commander Grell spoke. "Humans waste good planets," said Grell, his sharp teeth showing as he talked. "The colonies on Kepler 442 bits, Ta Ceti, and Eden Prime should be given to the Vraks. We will use these worlds better." Jinwoo looked around the council chamber. No one seemed surprised by this demand. They had planned this. Krell nodded. "This seems fair. Humans naturally prefer peace. Giving up these colonies will avoid conflict." Jinwoo felt cold anger inside, but kept his face calm. "This is a serious matter. I must speak with Earth's leaders before answering." "Of course," said Krell. "You have 3 days." As Jinwoo left the chamber, he heard the aliens laughing. They thought humans were weak and would give up without a fight. On his ship, Jinwoo sent an urgent message to Earth. Within an hour, Admiral Lee appeared on the screen. "They want 3 of our biggest colonies," Jinwoo explained. "They expect us to surrender." Admiral Lee smiled. "Perfect. This is what we've been waiting for. Ask for 3 days, like they offered. We'll be ready." For the next 3 days, Jinwoo stayed in his quarters, sending regular messages asking for more time to convince the scared humans. But across human space, things were far from scared. Admiral Lee gave the command, "Activate Sleeping Giant." On every human world, hidden weapons powered up. Disguised warships moved into defensive positions. The trap was set. After 3 days, Jinwoo returned to the council chamber. Every alien leader was there to watch the humans surrender. "Have humans accepted our fair demand?" asked Grell, already celebrating his victory. Jinwoo stood tall. "I bring Earth's official response. We will not surrender a single human settlement. Any aggression will be met with appropriate force." The chamber went silent. This was not what they expected. Grell roared with anger. "You dare threaten the Vraks? We will crush your weak colonies." "Try it," said Jinwoo calmly. Krell looked confused. "Humans, you don't understand. The Vraks have a powerful fleet. You cannot win. We understand perfectly, said Jinwoo. For years, you've called us afraid. You've treated us like we're weak. That was your mistake. He walked toward the exit, then turned back. The Vraks have one day to withdraw their forces from human space. After that, we will defend ourselves. As the door closed behind him, Jinwoo heard the council chamber explode with angry voices. No protected species had ever stood up to them before, but humans weren't like the others, and the council was about to learn why. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the quiet street. Sarah stood by the window, her fingers tracing the edge of an old photograph. Something didn't feel right. She knew the picture held a secret, but she couldn't quite understand what it meant. Her neighbor, Mr. Thompson, had been acting strange lately. He would look at her with worried eyes whenever she walked past his house. Today, he had dropped a small note when she wasn't looking. Sarah carefully unfolded the paper, her hands shaking slightly. The note was written in messy handwriting. It read, "Be careful. They are watching." Who was watching? Sarah's mind raced with questions. She thought about her family, about the old box she had found in the attic last week. The box contained strange documents and a key that didn't seem to fit any lock in the house. Outside, a car slowly drove by. Sarah quickly pulled the curtains shut. She remembered her grandfather's last words before he disappeared 5 years ago. "Keep the secret safe," he had said. But what secret? She had no idea. The phone rang, breaking the silence. Sarah jumped. She looked at the caller ID, but it showed an unknown number. Her hand hovered over the phone. Should she answer? Every bone in her body told her to be careful. In the kitchen, a teacup suddenly fell from the shelf, crashing to the floor. The noise made her jump again. Something was definitely not normal. Sarah knew she had to do something, but she wasn't sure what. She walked to the drawer where she kept the mysterious key. It gleamed in the dim light, looking both beautiful and dangerous. Mr. Thompson's warning echoed in her mind. Who could she trust? What was happening? The night was coming. Shadows grew longer. Sarah knew her life was about to change. She just didn't know how or why. Something big was coming, and she was right in the middle of it. The first light of morning broke through the window. Sarah had not slept all night. The mysterious note from Mr. Thompson still lay on her kitchen table, its words burning in her mind. She knew she needed help, but who could she trust? Her friend Lisa worked at the local police station. Sarah picked up her phone and dialed her number. After 3 rings, Lisa answered. Her voice sounded tired and stressed. "I need to talk to you," Sarah said quietly. "Something strange is happening." Lisa paused. "Can you come to the station?" she asked. Her voice was different, almost worried. When Sarah arrived, the police station looked quiet. Too quiet. Lisa was waiting for her in a small back room. She looked around nervously before speaking. "Tell me everything," she said. Sarah pulled out the old photograph and the note from Mr. Thompson. She showed Lisa the strange key from the box in the attic. Lisa's face changed. She looked scared and excited at the same time. "Where did you get these?" Lisa whispered. Her hands were shaking as she looked at the items. Before Sarah could answer, the door opened. A tall man in a dark suit walked in. He looked at Sarah and Lisa with cold eyes. Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. "We need to talk," the man said. His voice was low and serious. Lisa stepped back. She looked like she wanted to say something, but no words came out. The man pulled out a small brown envelope from his jacket. He placed it on the table between Sarah and Lisa. "Some secrets are better left hidden," he said. Sarah's heart was beating fast. She wanted to know what was in the envelope. She wanted to understand why everyone was acting so strange. The man continued to stare at her, his eyes never blinking. Outside the window, a black car was parked. Its engine was running. Sarah could see 2 more men inside, watching the police station. Something big was happening, and she was right in the middle of it. Lisa grabbed Sarah's hand. "Be careful," she whispered. "Some things are more dangerous than they seem." The man in the dark suit smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. It was the kind of smile that made people feel afraid. Sarah knew her life would never be the same after today. Sarah ran home after leaving the police station. Her mind was filled with questions. The man in the dark suit, the strange envelope, Lisa's worried face. Nothing made sense. She locked her front door and pulled the curtains tight. The brown envelope sat on her kitchen table. It seemed to be watching her. Sarah's hands were shaking as she picked it up. Should she open it? What secrets could be inside? Slowly, she broke the seal. Inside, she found 3 things: an old map, a small key different from the one she already had, and a folded piece of paper with a series of numbers and letters. The map looked very old. Its edges were torn, and the paper was yellow with age. She studied the map carefully. It showed a part of the city she didn't recognize. There was a red circle around a small area near the old factory district. Sarah remembered her grandfather talking about that area before he disappeared. What connection could there be? The phone rang. Sarah jumped. She looked at the caller ID. It was an unknown number. For a moment, she thought about not answering, but something told her she needed to know. "Hello," she said quietly. A deep voice responded. "Do not trust anyone," the voice said. Then the call ended. Mr. Thompson was watching from his house across the street. He had seen Sarah return home. He knew she was getting closer to the truth. But was that a good thing or a bad thing? Sarah decided to do some research. She went to her computer and started searching for information about the area marked on the map. Old news articles, local history websites. She looked everywhere. Most pages seemed normal, but one website had been deleted. That seemed strange. As the evening grew dark, Sarah heard a noise outside. Someone was walking around her house. She peeked through the curtains. A shadow moved quickly between the trees. Her heart started beating fast. The mysterious key from the attic felt heavy in her pocket. She pulled it out and looked at it again. It was old and made of bronze. Strange markings were carved into its surface. What did they mean? Sarah knew one thing for sure. She was getting closer to a secret that someone wanted to keep hidden. But was she brave enough to uncover the truth? And more importantly, would she be safe? The night was getting darker, and somewhere in the city, someone was watching and waiting. The first rays of morning light broke through Sarah's bedroom window. She had barely slept. The mysterious map and key lay on her bedside table, reminding her of the strange events of the past days. A knock at the door made her jump. Sarah looked through the peephole. It was Lisa from the police station. She looked worried and tired. Sarah opened the door carefully. "We don't have much time," Lisa said quickly. She glanced over her shoulder, checking if anyone was watching. "I found something about your grandfather's disappearance." Sarah invited her inside. The living room felt tense. Lisa pulled out a folder from her bag. It was marked with an official police stamp, but looked old and worn. "Your grandfather wasn't just a normal person," Lisa explained. "He was involved in something big, something that people wanted to keep secret." She spread some documents on the table. Old photographs, typed reports, and handwritten notes covered the surface. One photograph caught Sarah's eye. It showed her grandfather standing next to a group of men in military uniforms. But something looked wrong. The men's faces were partially blacked out, as if someone had tried to hide their identities. "These documents suggest he knew about a hidden project," Lisa continued. "A project that some powerful people want to keep quiet. That's why he disappeared." Suddenly, a car pulled up outside. Its engine was loud in the quiet morning. Lisa grabbed Sarah's arm. "We need to be careful," she whispered. The documents told a strange story. Sarah's grandfather had been working on something top secret, something about a hidden location, a special research project, and a key that could unlock something important. The key in Sarah's pocket seemed to grow warmer. She pulled it out and looked at it again. The strange markings now looked like they might be a code of some kind. "Who are these men?" Sarah asked, pointing at the blacked-out faces in the photograph. Lisa shook her head. I don't know, but they are dangerous. Very dangerous. A loud crash came from outside. Someone was trying to break in. Lisa grabbed Sarah's hand. We need to go. Now. Her voice was urgent and scared. The back door started to splinter. Footsteps could be heard approaching. Sarah's heart raced. Her grandfather's secret was about to be revealed, if they could survive long enough to uncover the truth.